No, I can't answer that because luckily we live in the great state of Florida, so we don't have to experience such uh atrocities.
I'm telling you, don't necessarily get too comfortable, bro. Because trust me, the fact is that Florida is the number one target of the liberals right now. That means they're gonna attack Florida.
I mean, they already have. Did you see that the NCAA press release?
About what?
And so I gotta pause the game for this. The NCAA released a travel advisory for Black and Brown people to
Oh,
Florida.
I heard
Oh,
about
Black and
this.
Brown people and gays and every other, pretty much, if you're not white, you're not welcome in Florida. That's what the NCAA was trying to say. If you're not a white straight person, you're not welcome in Florida.
Wait,
And
you're telling me the NAACP put out propaganda? You're kidding.
and I was just looking around like, yo, you mean to tell me every black person in Florida is oppressed? Apparently, it's crazy.
Hold on, I just pulled it up. We actually gotta go through this now. Jesus. Thanks for bringing this one up. I totally forgot about this.
Oh, it's all good.
The NAACP. I'll tell you what the N stands
What
for.
did I call them? Did I call them the NC double PC? What did I call them? No, them niggas is fake to me. That's why I don't
I
really
think
know
you called
what.
it the NCAA, which I think is like a what is that, like a college league or something?
Oh yeah, I think I did.
Yeah.
NCAA. That's a college basketball team.
Yeah.
Basketball league. Hilarious.
All right.
Um,
Today, the NAACP Board of Directors issued a formal travel advisory for the state of Florida. The travel advisory comes in direct response to Governor DeSantis. All praise be to him. Aggressive attempts to erase Black history. Oh, Jesus, here we go. And restrict diversity, equity. I'm fine with that. And inclusion programs in Florida schools. Let me find the actual. Oh, I guess this is all like it's quotes from it. The formal travel notice states Florida is openly hostile towards African Americans.
openly hostile.
Attention, African Americans. This is a red zone. People of color and LGBTQ plus individuals. Why don't they just get rid of the plus and put what they really mean? Pedophiles. That's what. Is that what we're just going to call them from now on? The pluses?
We got to call them the pluses.
Let's see. Before traveling to Florida, please understand that the state of Florida devalues and marginalizes the contributions of and the challenges faced by African Americans and other communities of color.
Ah, shit.
Really? I didn't know this.
Wait, how did they figure that?
I don't know. I mean, we can speak on as experts of Florida, right? I've been an expert on
I
Florida.
grew up here. Expert on Florida my whole life, you know?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I'm dead.
I'm going on 20 years.
I think I went to the school system here. I learned Black history. I learned about slavery. I learned about civil rights movement, 1960s. I learned all that. I'll tell you what I didn't learn. I didn't learn that you could be a boy if you were born a girl. I didn't learn what my teachers were doing sexually outside the classroom. I didn't learn that non-binary was a thing. There's just a lot of things that I didn't learn in
Also,
school. Oh, Dad, I'm dead.
I mean to take it to even the African Americans. I wasn't taught by school that white people were inherently racist and black people were inherently oppressed. You know what I mean? There was a level of that, but there was still a little more like wiggle room, I think, on it. Like there was more of, when I was taught that in school, there was more of like, but that was the past. We at least had that kind of level to it.
Yes. Now we're still oppressed to this day.
And some will go, now we're even more oppressed than we were. Here's another thing. Growing up in Florida, I had a lot of black teachers.
Yes.
And teachers, Indian teachers. That was another one. Hispanic teachers. I had a very diverse palette of teachers. Yeah. White teachers. We had all of it. So, I mean, I don't know about this hostile to black people.
Yeah. Doesn't make any sense to me either, but
let's continue. Maybe they'll clear it up.
Sure.
Let's see. Let me be clear. Failing to teach an accurate representation of the horrors and inequalities that black Americans have faced and continued to face. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's what they don't understand. It's that second line that's the problem.
What's that?
Where it's
that
black Americans have faced and continue to face. Because they don't just mean like the regular problems all people kind of have. Like they're talking about systemic racism.
Right.
That the system still hasn't corrected itself.
The system, right. That the system is still against black people.
Right.
Again, if that was the case, there wouldn't be any successful black people. Why would the system let any of them in if it's designed to let nobody in?
Again, what I always bring up: affirmative action, diversity quotas. What I mean, like the fact that they're like not even checking for fucking immigration status at some jobs now. Like, what the fuck do you think that's attached to? Because those jobs are afraid to be called racists. It's just everything is like so. It's so cowering to black people, and it's like, what more do you want? I think that's my question. Always to black people, what more do you want? What do you
want
think,
it all, Chris?
What do you think to black people that think this way? Please put this in the comments, and it's a genuine question. What do you think is being afforded to white people that black people aren't getting? What is there that you think is going on? Like, do you still think that white people are having secret meetings and planning behind your back?
It's equity, Chris. We don't have equity.
What does it mean, Skrill?
I need ownership of this, bro, even though I don't actually own it.
I see what you mean. I saw a video of a guy on Twitter recording skyscrapers and going, see, this is the real racism. Black people don't own none of this. And it's like, well, just start a business. Do something
with your life.
Yeah. What do you think? Somebody's going to donate a skyscraper to you? Most white people don't own that shit. They're just renting it out.
Exactly.
The fuck are you talking about? Let's see. Where was I? Black Americans have faced and continue to face is a disservice to students and a deregulation. Holy fuck. I can't even read that. Of duty to all. Declaration? Dereliction.
I don't know what you're reading right now, but it's making you.
Said the NAACP.
Thank God we're not on the main channel.
Let's say Derek Johnson has a better vocabulary than me, even though he's a NAACP peer. Under the leadership of Governor DeSantis, the state of Florida has become hostile to black Americans and in direct conflict. This is like a statement of war.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is ridiculous. Has become
It's
go ahead.
it's an attack on our state into where it almost makes it like, if to be a woke black person in the state of Florida, it's almost like a white guilt for white people. As a black person in Florida, I'm sure you'll find some that are apologizing for DeSantis as if he's doing anything wrong.
The way they're making it seem is that black people are living in Florida. Black and gay people right now are living in Florida the way that Anne Frank lived in fucking walls and in attics. Like they're hiding out
Right.
and we have to hide gay people. That's literally how it's making it sound. I don't know if I'm fucking just being an alarmist
No, I
here.
think you're spot on. I think you're spot on.
Well,
But
let's
again, yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, let's just talk as as a fucking mulatto here, and you're a black man, right? Last time I checked.
I think I still am. Yeah.
I think you could speak as a black Floridian. This is not at all true. I don't know how much more I could like get that across. This is just complete propaganda. Black people aren't living in fear of Ron DeSantis. If anything, it's just like anywhere else. Black people are living in fear of other black people.
Yeah.
That's no different in Florida. If anything, more, because it seems like white people tend to stay away unless they live in the hood, and even there.
Well, no, I think in Florida you have a special case of us being able to defend ourselves. So even though we
Yes.
may have a healthy fear of other black people, we still have the option to defend ourselves if need be. Where in other states like Washington, DC, or New York, they take your rights for holding a firearm and then expect you to call the police if there's a drive-by or if there's a gangbanger outside your house selling drugs and he's got a gun, but you can't tell him to leave because he's got a gun and you don't.
And then the police literally come and do nothing. It's like,
Absolutely
but
nothing.
if they show up, because there's only 4 on fucking duty to cover the goddamn city. And it's all of this extra shit that they're putting out is all just to cover up the fact that their ideas do not work.
Yep.
They just
Shitty
can't
ideas.
admit it. And when their ideas don't work, it's because a guy like Ron DeSantis is so corrupt that he makes sure it doesn't work.
He's so corrupt.
It's the Republicans always fighting back, they're making Democrat cities bad on purpose. I heard somebody say this too.
Really?
Yeah. So that
Did they
way they
believe
can
it?
that was the defense to the Democrat city thing, because I was like, look at every Democrat city. I gave them the whole thing.
Mhm.
And they go, well, that's the Republicans. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. Just I'm done. I'm done with this argument.
You can't expect if they don't take accountability for their actions, you can't expect them to hold anybody else accountable for theirs.
Especially
But
when it's
they'll
I'm sorry, I was just gonna say, especially when it's somebody that has the same ideas they do and looks like
Yes,
them.
exactly.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Exactly. No, that's what I was getting to.
Yeah. Let's just finish a little bit more of this and then we'll move on.
Sure.
Where did I go? It's become hostile. Florida has become hostile to black Americans and in direct conflict with the democratic ideals that our union was founded upon. In direct conflict of Democrats' ideas. They actually wanted segregation and they wanted slavery.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. I don't want to adhere to any democratic ideas because first you can't even come to the table if you can't agree that there's only 2 genders. Like you lose the argument with me there.
Yeah, wasn't it like, all right, Democrats, you could come into the American fold as long as you just stop being fucking slave drivers. and they just didn't want to do it.
Oh yeah, you mean that's when they fought for the right to keep owning slaves?
Yeah, it's my right. That's the
It's my
Democrat
right as
voice.
a Democrat.
As a
Yeah.
Democrat American, that our you was found upon, he should know that democracy will prevail because its defenders are prepared to stand up and fight. We're not backing down, and we encourage our allies to join us in the battle for the soul of our nation.
That is rough. If you're fighting the battle for the soul of our nation, you're on the wrong battlefield because Florida's not it. You need to go talk to Gavin and his drones of homeless people that he just has on the street.
And I'd like to know this too. Out of all the, like, how we've seen there's like a big migration going on of people moving to Florida, I'd love to know how many of those people were black people. Like, because even if the percentage
Quite a
is
few.
like, let's say the percentage is even 13%, 15%, that's representing, like, that's representative of the entire population. In that focus group is what I'm saying.
And listen, I'm sure a lot of them are not only black, but a lot of them are Democrats who voted for the very policies they're running away from.
Yeah, but again, even if that's what it is, why would black people escape to a hostile territory that's hostile towards black people? I know it's a stupid assumption that they're making in this anyway. I'm just saying, it's like, I'd like to know how many people actually did that, because I would love to throw that stat at these dummy NAACP assholes. And how would they defend that? Why are this many black people actually running to Florida then, away from you?
I don't think they could defend that.
How do you? I mean, they continue. Once again, I'll just fly through this. Once again, hate-inspired state leaders have chosen to put, here goes the propaganda more, has chosen to put politics over people. Governor DeSantis and the state of Florida have engaged in a blatant war against principles of diversity and inclusion and rejected our shared identities to appeal to a dangerous extremist minority. Oh, this is a different guy talking now. Leon Russell. Yeah, it's just, again, it's just fucking divisive fucking speech. Hey, it's basically saying black people don't go here. It's not a safe state for black people. It's that insane. It's that blatant and that
That's
insane.
but
In 2023, this is what the NAACP is doing.
it just doesn't make any sense, bro. I don't. And again, it's because I live here, and I know so many successful black people who love it here and who don't experience racism and who don't feel like they're oppressed. You know what? I changed my mind. Listen to the NAACP. Don't come to Florida.
Yes, you're right.
Just
Anybody that
don't
would
come to
buy
Florida.
into this bullshit is not useful to Florida. We don't need
Thank
you.
you. Yeah. If you believe this, go ahead and stay out.
Goddamn, Skrill. Good thinking. Good thinking. You know what? I support the
Thank you.
NAACP on this one.
They have my full backing. Have my full backing.
they got my they have my full support on this one.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what? I'm now that you put it in those terms, I'm actually proud they feel this way about us.
Yeah, it means we're doing something right.
We're doing something right. They had to go this far.
To warn black people not to come here.
Yeah, you made me feel better.
Good, good. I'm glad I could